What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Welcome back to my 1998 Chevy C1500 Silverado that I picked up for $850 from Insurance Auto Auction as a non-runner. Turned out the truck had been parked for many years over a silly $20 part that took me maybe 20 minutes to fix. Unfortunately, after fixing that part, we found out that it also had a broken hose. Still, absolutely stupid reason, in my opinion, to park a truck and then send it off to basically scrap. I'm glad that I'm the one that picked it up, because it probably was going to head to a scrapyard, guys. This was a non-public sale, which means the general public, people like you that would probably want to buy and fix and drive this truck, you were not going to be able to bid on it. It was for dealers and businesses only. And honestly, a broken 200,000 mile Chevy truck that doesn't run, how many dealers do you think are really coming out to get this? None. It's going to be a scrapyard, man. They're going to sell it for parts, break it apart, and crush it when they're done. It's got 220,000 miles on the odometer, and the part that was broken was this right here. Super common failure point on not just these guys, these trucks, but also GM was just notorious for using like plastic coolant elbows on their 3800 series engine. They broke all the time. It's just your typical save a penny here and there type stuff that GM was notorious for back in the day. Well, we replaced it. Unfortunately, the old pot metal broke off in the intake. So we ended up having to drill it out, and then we had to tap the threads with a 1/2 inch NPT tap kit. Sorry, I'm forgetting what I'm talking about here. But anyway, once we put it back together, we no longer have a leak out of there anymore, which is great. But now we found that the hose actually leaks from here. Somewhere here, there's a leak coming out. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eliminate this piece, and I'm going to cut the hose. I'm also going to remove the hose from its little clip right here, and we're going to run it over, and we're going to put an old school, kind of like what you'd find on a small block Chevy, like this one over here. Actually, I have one right in front of me. I can show you what the plan is. If you get under here, where is it? Right here. This is what I want to do. I want this fitting right here. I'm not going to take it from this car. I think I have one in the shop, but we're going to take one of those and we're just going to plug it in to the intake where this weird little proprietary fitting is right here. I think you just push this in and there we go. Take this out. So we cut the hose right there, right? We pull it out of this little block that it's stuck in. We put a regular, just like from that car right there. Okay, we plug that in and then we just use a clamp and boom. It's attached. No more problem, no more future failure points. And then I'm hoping that this truck can do the 10-mile drive. The tires are very old. There's spider webs under the hood. I mean, this truck had been parked for a long time. We drove it around the block the other day and the tires are flat spotted. But I think this is going to be a good truck, guys. So let me go get a knife and a couple tools. We'll get this thing swapped over and hopefully we can take it for a drive. I need to go get some coolant because it is supposed to drop. We're in the middle of this cold snap where the temperatures are going from 60 degrees today and they're supposed to be like in the teens tomorrow. This thing is full of water. Water and freezing temperatures don't work well together. All right, I went to the store, grabbed a couple gallons of ready-to-use antifreeze, and I've already removed the lower radiator hose, it's somewhere down there. I need to put it back. There we go. That way we've got everything out of it and it's ready for some fresh coolant. And I got a knife, so we're going to cut this hose right here. And then let's pull this out, and hopefully this nipple that I actually bought for the 57 Chevy, I'm hopeful that this is just going to kind of go down in there, because if it does, we are going to be set. If not, I'm going to have to go back to the store and find something else. Well, that didn't take long, did it, guys? Look at this. It fit perfectly down in there. So if I'm lucky, we just cut it off right here and maybe we can stretch it. Yeah, she'll fit. Perfect. So I got a sharp knife right here. This is a really sharp knife too, guys. This sucker is no joke, man. Just cut it at the very end. Oops, let's not cut anything else. Let me sit you guys down here. That way I've got more hands-free. There we go. Let's just do it like this. Hopefully we can cut it right at the right at the end here. Maybe not. That's not cutting. Interesting. Come on. That is a crazy sharp knife, guys. The fact that it's not cutting at all is kind of sketching me out. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease, man. Just try not to cut anything else while we're down here. And done. Just like that. Now, the only problem that I'm having is this this corrugated piece needs to go down a lot. See that? Oh, wow. Okay. And then we just take this piece and hopefully it just fits over nice and easy. There we go. And you put a clamp on it and you call it a day. I do want to put this corrugated piece back on though because it protects it from smashing into the alternator. And it's kind of a big deal because it will eventually wear a hole. Well, that's a tight fit. Goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they weren't messing around on this, guys. So here's what I did. I actually cut this corrugated piece. I'm surprised it wasn't cut. Like, this is a tight fit, but now that it's cut, we should be able to spread it out, open it up, and just put the hose inside it. In fact, it'll probably just kind of slide on now that it's, maybe it won't. So let's just push it in here, call it a wrap. It's still a tight fit. There we go, something like that. Then all we got to do is find a clamp that's going to fit this nicely, and I think I got one right here. And I'm trying to see which is the best way to do this. Maybe like this, just push her down as far as she'll go, and then tighten this clamp up right here. And guys, we should be ready to fill her with coolant and see if we have any more leaks. All right, are we ready? That was easy, guys. I'm still just kind of in shock that this truck was basically scrapped over, you know, $20 for that adapter. But even though that didn't fit, yeah, you could go get the OEM heater hose. I don't see why you'd want to do that though. I mean, literally cutting it and putting that adapter that I just used, I didn't pay more than like 10 bucks for, guys. A $10 adapter and a hose clamp is what it costs, and a couple gallons of antifreeze. So you're talking $20 in antifreeze, $10 for that piece, and what, 50 cents for a clamp, right? I mean, so 20 bucks again. $20, and someone decided this truck wasn't worth it anymore. So it does leave me wondering if maybe there was something else wrong with it. It was having other problems, and that's why they decided they weren't going to mess with it. Or if someone was just that lazy that they couldn't take, I don't know, 30 minutes worth of time and $20 worth of parts, try to put this thing back on the road. I'm going to continue filling this up. We're going to take a closer look at this when it's full, start it up, make sure it's not leaking, turn on the heater, and then we're going to try to take it for its 10-mile drive like we do with all the cars around here, guys. And I don't know, I got a good feeling about this one. I think it's going to make it. We're losing daylight fast, guys. This is like the last project that I need to work on outside before all this bad weather hits. So are you kidding me? Frustrating. Oh man. All right, let me go grab a jump pack and we'll come back out here and try this again. Let's try this again. Fresh jump pack. Please, please, please run. And I hope that the security system didn't forget the key again. Come on, there we go. Yes. Yes, all right. Turn off the AC, let's get that heat going. Get things circulating and percolating. There we go. Roll this window down just in case the door decides to lock itself. I need to check the air pressure in the tires. What do we got? We got lights? Hell yeah, we got lights, man. Man, this is a nice truck. This is a nice one, guys. Yeah. She's running nice too. Perfect. All right, let's throw some more coolant in this bad boy. Oh, she's full. She is full. The rest of it I will pour into the overflow, which is already overfilled. So go ahead and dump the rest of it in there. Might as well. There we go. Put this back on. Spin this around. Here we go. Let's put the cap back on. Where's the cap? Right here. She's already starting to suck it down. Lock it up. Let's take a look at our connection over here. She dry as a bone. We're going to put a light on it real quick though, directly, just so there's no accidents here. Let's shine this light down on her. Make sure. Nah, she's not leaking a thing, guys. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I can pick up this mess. I'm gonna go grab my air compressor, air up these tires. I'm gonna let her run. I wanna make sure no other hoses are popping off. Nothing else is gonna go wrong. We'll take the booster pack with us, just as a safety precaution. And then we're gonna try to take this thing on her 10-mile voyage. All right, guys, I'm excited for this one. She's been running. I got all the tires aired up. We got good pressure on the cooling system. Let me take a quick peek. Nothing is leaking over here at all. Everything looks really good. Lower hose is good. Thermostat has not opened yet. She's still ice cold. Hood is closed. Picked up all my trash. Threw it in the bed. Hopefully it doesn't come out while we're driving. We got no plates. That's all right. All right, let's see. Do we have any? There is no heat. Ooh. Why is it trying to overheat? Look at this. What is going on there? How is it trying to get hot when the thermostat hasn't even opened yet? Come on, man. Don't do this to me. I thought things were going great, man. Well, I'm sorry, guys, but I don't think I've ever seen a thermostat that opens at 220 degrees. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. You know what it was? I'll bet there was air in the system. I'll bet there was air in the system. I guarantee you that thermostat just popped open. I guarantee you that thermostat just popped open. There we go. There we go. That's my fault. I made no attempt at burping it. I'm in a hurry, guys. And when you get in a hurry, you make mistakes. I'm concerned there's still no heat. There's still no heat coming out of this. Come on. Oh, look at the temperature just dropping like a rock now. This is probably a bad idea. Let me buckle up. We're going to take it for a ride. Because if we don't do it now, we're not going to get to. Moment of truth. Make it or break it, man. We'll see. It's funny because this truck had heat the other day. When we had that hose kind of rigged up on there, she had heat. And now suddenly, we've got everything fixed. We got pressure on the cooling system, but we got no heat. That doesn't make any damn sense to me. It doesn't matter. We're doing it to it, man. Let me roll this window up. I remember the tires are flat spotted from the last time we took it around the block. Front end's a little loose. Transmission shifts though. Oh yeah, she's flat spotted. It's not the worst ride. But yeah, the tires. Who knows, maybe driving on them a little bit will help round them out again. Anyway, we're cruising at 40. Temperature is ice cold. I mean, literally ice cold. ABS light is back on. Last time we drove this truck, it turned off. So I guess it's back again. Intermittent problem. Overdrive just kicked in. And we're about to kick her up to about 65 miles an hour, guys. I hope I'm not making a big mistake here. We could end up stranded on the side of the road as it gets dark out here. Woo! Oh wow, yeah, those tires are definitely flat spotted. Oh my goodness. Cruise control. Come on, do we have cruise? Let's Let's try out cruise control real quick. 65, and verdict is yes, cruise control works. Steering is very loose. Like, seriously, steering is very loose. It's a little sketchy. Brakes actually feel great. No pulsation or vibration. I'd say that the front end needs a little work on this. You know, tie rods probably. Hopefully it's not the gearbox, but you know, old trucks like this, they always had loose steering anyway. They're not tight like today's trucks were, man. Old cars, they kind of, you know, they did this number a little bit. That's why in the old movies you see people pretend driving and they're always doing this to the steering wheel. This is normal behavior, guys, especially on a 250,000-mile Chevy truck. Temperature's still nice and cold. I was hoping to see her warm up a little bit. Maybe she didn't have a thermostat. But we're cruising almost 70. In fact, let's just go ahead and kick her on up to 70. There it is, 70 miles an hour. Come on. 70 miles an hour. All right, now we can say we did 70 miles an hour in a truck that, remember guys, doesn't run and drive. This truck is a non-runner, non-driver, sold as basically scrap at the salvage yard auction. And here we are taking her on a drive, man. We'll see if the mileage works. It's at 223.87.3. Yeah, I can already see it rolling. And I feel like I got some heat coming in here from somewhere. We're gonna have to try out that heater. Let's go ahead and kick it on. Let's not cross the line. Yeah, we got good heat. Yeah! Oh man, that's great news. We have working heat. And I'll bet you money, you throw some Freon in this air conditioner, I'll bet you money she comes to life, guys. You know the name of the game here. We're gonna do a 5-mile trip. We're gonna get out, we're gonna check everything under the hood, make sure nothing's on fire, nothing is smoking, make sure our coolant hose is holding, and then we're gonna turn around and try to do 5 miles back. I'll be honest with you, I have driven cars way worse than this, cars with tires that were way worse than this, so I don't really feel that uncomfortable. The front end is definitely a little looser than I would like. It takes a little getting used to, but I mean, the transmission shifts like it should. All the gauges are looking really good right now, and we're not smoking. I'm looking out of the side mirror there. I don't guess you guys can see, but you know, no smoking like a blown head gasket or anything like that. No overheating. It seems like a great truck. All in total on this truck, after delivery and all of that stuff, auction fees was just over $13, like right around $1,350. Add to that a total of maybe, what, $40 in parts? There you go. All right. We literally have like less than $1,400 in a running, driving, old school Chevy Silverado. Not too shabby if you ask me, guys. Aside from some tires, you throw some tires on this thing, I guarantee you she float down the road. The only reason it's uncomfortable at all really is because those tires are just, they're so out of round. It makes driving this very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I'm telling you though, put some good tires on it, get it where it's not vibrating like crazy. Man, even with a loose front end, you'd be cruising down the road in this without a care in the world. Well, we made it to our first mark, the halfway point, 5 miles. I'm gonna park it next to this other OBS Chevy that's been just sitting out here for literally forever. Same truck, except it's got a shorter bed. Let's park right next to it. There you go. We'll park right. We'll even turn the wheels like in the same direction. How about that? Yeah, I don't know, guys. Oh, the check engine light just came on out of the clear blue. She's running great. Running absolutely great. At an idle, now that it's warmed up, oil pressure's good, temperature's good, voltage is good, fuel, quarter tank, and then the service engine soon light came on. Crank that heat up. She's got some real good heat, guys. Like, I'm serious. Amazing heat. That's a shame on that check engine light. Whatever though, she's running like a top. Let's pop the hood, let's check everything out and make sure nothing's going wrong. Would you take a look at that, guys? Two cool old Chevys sitting side by side. This one, I don't know what the deal is with this one, man. Busted out window, all taped up. This thing's been sitting here for like a month. Dented quarter panel there. Yeah, but it's got plates. It's got plates, so already it's doing better than mine because, as you can see, I don't have tags on mine. This is one, I don't know, I'm trying to decide if if I want to sell it, if it turns out to be a good truck, of course, if I want to try to sell this and cash out on it, make some money, surely I can get, I've got to be able to get well over my 1300. It's an oddball kind of truck, you know. It's a half ton, so I mean, you're not going to be pulling any ginormous loads with it, but I mean, you can still tow with this thing. It's 2-wheel drive, which actually makes it great for towing as long as you're not in inclement weather. The extended cab, the long wheelbase, I mean, these are all things that you don't really see stuff like this anymore, man. The miles are high, of course, but I mean, she runs like a top, man. There's no more pressure on the cooling system. Let me double check my... No, my hoses have held up. Nice and warm. I don't see any leaks. I don't smell anything funny. No smell of antifreeze or anything like that. It's possible we have a bad radiator cap. It's ice cold, man. This thing, it's like it's not even getting warm enough. It almost makes me wonder. I'd almost bet money somebody got in there and change the thermostat. How much you want to bet? How much? I shouldn't be able to take my hand and just hold it here. It's cool. I'm surprised we have working heat in this thing, and the heat was actually pretty damn decent. I will bet you money, and in '98, I know this is a thing on GMs, I'll bet you money the check engine light is on because the computer knows that the car should be warmed up now, and it realizes the thermostat is not up to normal operating temperature. So we're probably gonna have to put a thermostat in this too. Again, with the heat though, I mean, seriously, I know you can't feel it. I feel it right here. Feel the heat. It's got damn good heat, man. Does the cargo light work? Let's check that out. Heat works absolutely great. It's already getting a little chilly out. Anti-lock brake light, who cares? I don't think that's something anybody's really gonna be too awful concerned with. Interior lights, none of them come on. What are the chances that it's like all the bulbs are blown? Yeah, I don't know about that. Could be a fuse. Does my cargo lamp? No, cargo lamp does not come on. Well, whatever, man. Who cares? I hear a relay clicking in here. It's an old truck, man. You know what I mean? Lights, signals. Let's turn off the lights. Oh, it's got daytime running lights. That's right. No smoke, no funny anything, guys. Let me buckle up. We'll do a quick donut, and then we'll head back to the house. All right, you ready? You know how we do. There we go. And we're out, yo. There it is. There it was. Boy, those headlights kind of suck. The brights are a little better, but not much. I guess they're all right. You got to remember, old school, man. I've gotten used to driving these newer trucks with LED projection headlights, and yeah, it's not so bad, man. Truck is doing great, and yeah, I guarantee you there's no thermostat. Take a look at that temperature gauge. It was going up. It was actually getting up to normal operating temperature, and then as soon as I get on the road and I start moving, the temperature drops like a rock again. So someone pulled the thermostat out. It's like Mickey Mouse ways of fixing things, guys. You know, pulling your thermostat out because your truck overheats is not going to fix the problem. I guess a lot of people don't understand how a thermostat works. All it does is help to bring the operating temperature of your vehicle up faster. That's it. It doesn't actually like regulate the temperature. It opens and closes to help keep the temperature optimal. But what I'm trying to say is, if you have a problem with your cooling system, if there's something wrong with your vehicle, taking your thermostat out might delay the overheating, but it will not prevent the overheating. You know what I mean? Unless it's a bad thermostat, you can't fix an overheating problem by pulling the thermostat out of your vehicle. Someone tried. I'm going to go ahead and do the right thing. I'm going to order a new thermostat, and I guarantee you, we'll come back in the next video. If the battery holds up, we'll run the codes. I'll bet you the code is the engine is under operating temperature. We'll go ahead and change that thermostat, which sucks because I just wasted all that antifreeze. We'll get a new radiator cap, a new thermostat. We'll clear the codes, maybe even find out why that anti-lock brake light is on. And I'll bet after that, guys, she's good. Thermostat or not, this truck is comfortable inside. It's relatively quiet considering it's got 220,000 miles on it, it's not bad. And surprisingly, the tires seem like they've smoothed out quite a bit. I had a really nasty vibration on the way up here, and it's settled down to a very minor, almost, I don't want to say it's unnoticeable, but almost unnoticeable at this point. The tires, you would be best served replacing them. I'm sure they're old and not in the best shape, but damn, man, we took a truck that was left for dead, destined for a scrap yard, and we spent literally $40, and we only needed $20 in parts, but 40 bucks on this truck. And she's on the road about to complete a 10-mile drive at highway speeds, and she did donuts. Unbelievable. Honestly, this is a crazy deal, in my opinion, on a good old work truck, man. Seriously, it's hard to beat something like this, which is why part of me is like, keep it, Randy, because how often are you going to come across a deal like this? And don't be fooled, high mileage or not, this truck's worth a little bit of money. Maybe not a lot, but I guarantee you, if I just fix a couple minor things on this truck, I guarantee you if I sold this, I should be able to get a couple grand, $2,500 maybe out of it. If I sold this like private party, I could probably get 3. I'd almost bet I could get 3 grand private party out of this truck without having to do very much to it. So it leaves me torn. You know, like, do I spend the money? Do I fix it up? Tires and all that good stuff, check suspension? Probably not, because at that point, I feel like I'm just throwing money away. You know what I mean? Do I sell it? Or do I hold on to it and enjoy it from time to time until it eventually rots into the ground outside of AAR headquarters like all of my other cars? Honestly, I think the right thing to do for this truck is to sell it. And no, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money. We're not going to put tires on it or anything like that. My goal is to take dead vehicles and make them run and drive. That's it. I'm not here to make them perfect. You'll lose money every time trying to make a perfect car out of something that was dead and neglected for a long time. At the end of the day, the suspension on this feels great. Man, it does. It's got a, aside from the loose steering wheel, the suspension on this thing, it rides great, guys. I still hear, you hear that clicking? What is, there's got to be a relay. Is it this? No? Headlights? Interesting. I don't know what it is. Heater? Radio? That's how you fix it. There you go. Fixed. Not a problem. Radio works. All the speakers sound good. Windows work. I think we're going to do a little bit more to this one, guys, but then I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I shouldn't hold on to it for myself. That's how I end up in this predicament. In case you haven't seen, guys, I've got too many cars out here as it is. Let's turn the lights off. Let's go ahead and shut her down. Let's see if she turns back on again. That battery's been questionable. Yeah. Oh, fired right up, too. Fired right up. That damn clickety-clackety, though. What the hell is clicking under the dashboard? It's not a blend door either. It's not this. Oh, now it stopped. Nope, it came back. She sounds good. I don't know if that battery's going to hold on or not, guys. If not, I'll put another battery in it too. It's a pet peeve of mine. I can't just send cars down the road with bad batteries. I can't do it. I got a couple tools to pick up in here real quick, and then I'm going to call that a win. Did everything make it in the back? Yeah. Nothing blew away. That's good news. In case you haven't seen the other cars on the channel, right now one of the hot ones is my new Ram Rebel. It seems like a lot of y'all are very interested in this truck. I'm working on reviews, obviously 2025 with the new Hurricane 3-liter engine. Kind of a controversial truck, and that's probably why it's getting so much attention on the channel. Of course, we got the 98 Silverado. We got my 04 Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is the Monte Carlo SS. 48,000 miles. I love this car, but I never drive it. We've got my flooded 1992, a one-year only Aero style Ford Crown Victoria. You've probably never seen one with this body kit before because they only made it for 1 year. This is a 1992 That's what it is. 1992. Odometer says 11,000 miles. Saltwater flooded. Got it running and driving. And this one here, I paid like $200 for this car. It seriously runs and drives freaking great, and the interior absolutely beautiful on this. This was definitely one that no saltwater has ever seen the inside of this car. All right, there's no smells, there's nothing. The electric seat motors all work, windows, everything on this car works, man. So I don't know if someone was trying to pull a fast one. Headliner is even in great shape too, guys. Take a look. There's something off with this one. All I can tell you is the damn thing runs and drives great, and for a $200 car, it's hard to beat. Right here is another saltwater flooded car. That one was from Florida. This one also, I've been heavy on the Florida saltwater floods, guys, the hurricane cars. This is my supercharged 1994, which means it's 5.0 liter. New body style, SN95, first year of the new body style, but it still retained that old school pushrod 5.0 V8. This one is a 347 stroker, and it is supercharged. This one was not a runner. It was locked up, engine was full of water. It now runs and drives. Next to it is an 11,000 mile, one owner 1997 Ford Mustang Cobra. This one has the 4-valve, the 4.6 liter, 32 valve V8 engine, and this one was also locked up, 2 cylinders, completely hydrolocked, full of water, salt water, electronic problems. This one was in bad shape, guys, but alas, with a little bit of work, this one also runs and drives. It's pretty impressive because this one and the blue one were both supposedly about 60% underwater. The blue one, I think they got it wrong. The blue one, I don't think water barely got into it at all. That's controversial though, because there was a water line halfway up the car. So I don't know for sure. This one definitely had water up to about here. The blue one, I honestly think the water line was probably about 50% up the car. If you look at the car halfway up, I think that is where the actual water line was on this. But this one for sure was high. It was up here. Over here we've got my 1957 Chevy Bel Air. You can see the hood's up because I'm still wrenching on this thing. This thing is it's been a lot of work. There's a lot of chrome under the engine, and there was a lot of custom made stuff for this car, and I'm still working on it. Next to that is Monkey Wrench Mike's Mercedes. This is an E420, 1 year only if I remember right. This is Nick's. This one was totaled. We never figured out why. It was at Copart. I got it for stupid cheap, like $3 grand or something like that. It's an 08 or 09 Saab 9.3 Aero. It's the convertible. It is the turbo V6. And Nick he loves this little car, man. Blue with blue interior, absolutely stunning. We never figured out what it was totaled for because we never found anything wrong with it. We put it on the lift, we've been underneath it, we've been over it. There's no dents, no hail, no water smell, like nothing. Nothing, just a solid little 100,000 mile Saab 9.3. Next to that, I've got a 2002 Chrysler Prowler. That's right, not a Plymouth, a Chrysler Prowler. Clean title. I didn't give too much for this, 20 grand or something like that. I hit a deer, and I still need to get this thing up to the body shop and see what they think. It didn't do a ton of damage, just a little bit. This right here is another recent score of mine from Insurance Auto Auctions. This is another, it was sold to dealers or businesses only, not open to the public. This one is a 2005 Chrysler PT Cruiser, the turbo. It's the convertible turbo, and it's only got 58,000 original miles on it. And we found a lot of stuff inside that said Red Hat Club, which is like I guess an older woman's type of club, something like that. I don't know, but turned out to be a great running and driving car. Cold air, convertible top works, windows work. I gave $750 for it. You kidding me? Sitting next to that, this is my 2007 Lexus LS 460. Guys, I bought this from Insurance Auto Auction for, I don't know, $2,600, $2,800, something like that. Somewhere just under $3,000 for this car. Had a misfire. We replaced a coil pack with an Amazon coil pack for $17. We bought one spark plug, which cost like $8, and there you go. Changed it out, runs and drives absolutely great. This one's probably going down the road to Monkey Wrench Mike very soon. Next to that is Monkey Wrench Mike's Lexus LS 430. I don't know what he's going to do with that. And over here, another saltwater flood car from Florida, 2015 Ford Mustang. It's the EcoBoost. not the GT, unfortunately. I've got a lot of parts sitting in the shop for this one, hoping we can bring this one back to life. A lot of electronic issues with the interior. Runs great, drives great, but electronics are having some problems. Sitting next to that is my 1995 Chevy Cavalier Coupe. Pretty rare car, guys. You just don't see these anymore. Relatively low miles. I think it's got right at 100,000 on the odometer. It's that beautiful green color. I just love the color. I know you can't see it because it's getting dark, but beautiful, beautiful car. Blown head gasket, warped head. I've got all the parts in the garage. New head gasket, everything. We've got everything. I'm going to redo the whole top of the engine on this, including new lifters, everything, guys. We're going through this. It's already had a new water pump, new radiator. Somebody was chasing down an overheating issue, and the shop was basically nickel and diming whoever owned this car to death, because the problem was not all the parts they replaced. It was the notorious head gasket on these 2.2 liter engines. And if we walk into the shop, we only have one car left in here, guys. This is the last flood car, the last one for me to fix. I have gotten every flood car that I bought running, every single one of them. And I did it for a couple reasons. One was to prove everybody wrong. I get people all the time telling me these flood cars can't be saved, which is why the insurance companies told them. And I mean, everybody has the right to their opinion. You know, if you don't believe the flood cars can be saved, that's fine. You can believe that. But I'm here to show you that it's not true. It's not true. Even if I don't get this one running, and I'm 99% sure that here in just a few days I'm going to have all the parts that I need for this to get it running. We've got everything back together except for I'm waiting on, this is the main piece that I'm waiting on right here, the engine computer. You can see it is crusty, salty. This thing is trashed, and I'm pretty sure this is the reason. I mean, I'm mostly certain this is the reason that this car does not run and drive. So if I get this one running and driving, guys, that'll be 100% success ratio for my flood cars, which is crazy considering I did not pre-inspect these. I was not able to check these cars out. They were sitting way out in Florida. I'm in Oklahoma. So if I can, even if I can't get this one running again, that is still crazy success for a bunch of flood cars, especially the ones that were like underwater to here. And by the way, this one was underwater about to the middle of the bumper. So I mean, probably a third. That water line over there is wrong. This one was probably about a third of the way up. You can see the water line on the exhaust manifold here. All right. It's pretty obvious that the water line is right here, straight across. So I mean, we're talking. It was pretty high on this one too. So the fact that I've been able to bring all these other ones back to life, I think is just kind of proof that, you know, yeah, salt water is bad. Yes, it could give you some problems, but I mean, if you jump into it and you just do the work and get it done, you can get cars for ridiculously cheap, guys. Like, I don't think I paid more than $400. I think this one was actually $400. Unfortunately, shipping on each one of these from Florida is between $1,400 to $1,600. So, you know, that hurts a little bit. But either way, man, I've been very fortunate on all of these flood cars, and I'm super stoked right now that the 57 is no longer in the shop. This is crazy to have it out of the garage. My shop is a mess. I'm gonna end this video and I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna clean the living heck, well, not clean. I'm gonna pick up all this crap. I'm gonna get all this stuff sorted out and open up my shop again so that I actually have room to get some work done in here. So with that, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.